chalk, laid down 65 to 135 million years ago, the time that dinosaurs were still roaming the earth, consists of the organic remains of sea life. In Roman times, chalk was well known as a means of breaking up the heavy agricultural soil of the southeast of England. But at the same time, they would be quarrying for flint, which was used as a method of building walls and for foundations. I'm now standing on the southern edge of the quarry in the Grail in Waxwell Lane. This is at the end of what was later known as Marlpit Woods, which extended a quarter of a mile to the north to the Uxbridge Road, and the whole area was a quarry for chalk. Over to my right is the Dell, which is at the southeastern corner of the quarry. Here in the Dell, I'm 47 feet below the church at the top end of the High Street. It was from this area that flints were extracted for building the walls of Pinner Parish Church, which was rebuilt in the early 1300s. It was here at the Dingles, north of the Uxbridge Road, where quarrying gave way to walk-in mining around about the year 1800. Later on, in 1830 and 40, shafts were sunk as the chalk dipped away from the surface. This vandal-proof cage is to protect the entrance to the mines. The shaft is capped by a manhole cover, and for extra security, this heavy steel trapdoor has been provided. This shaft is about 50 foot deep, so let's go down and see how they mined the chalk in the 1800s. This was all the light they had to work by. Candles were brought down, placed into a lump of clay like this, and perched onto a piece of projecting flint. A series of these would illuminate the working area, and by this they would extract the chalk, load it into barrows, and take it to the bottom of the shaft. Obviously this is not enough light for us to see by, but we're going off to the 1830s mines now, and we'll be taking our modern lighting equipment with us. This is part of the 1830 workings, and notice the square cut tunnels, and this running red sand has come through from above due to the quarrying activity once these mines were given up and the 1840 workings were open. By 1850, these problems had been resolved, and the techniques of working across plains and fault lines allowed them to remove a very high percentage, 66%, and leave only 1/3 of the chalk in the pillars to support the roof. Notice the concave surface and how it increased the take without reducing the strength of the pillars. In total, there are up to half a mile of passageways. The mine is roughly 200 yards from end to end, and varies between 10 yards and 70 yards wide. The total take from the mine has been calculated at 15,000 metric tons. When the mine was first started, the first working level was just 8 foot into the chalk. When the barrow run became too long to get back to the shaft, a second working level was dug down to 16 foot, and that's what I'm standing on now. This was the main road back to the bottom of the shaft. Later on still, a third working level was dug, a further 6 foot into the chalk. That resulted in the 22 foot level from the roof to the floor down. It was only the first miners in the mine that could write their names on the roof. Thereafter, the roof was too high. John Gunn lived in Elm Park Road, and the colloquial name for Elm Park Road in the 1860s was Rotten Row. And that's what John Gunn has written up here, J. Gunn, Rotten Row. This is the only attempt at humour amongst all the graffiti in the mine. So that's a brief look at the mining activity in the Pinner Chalk mines. All we have to do now is to get back to the surface. So it's off to the bottom of the shaft. The difficulty of access to the mines has kept them in a high state of preservation. The London Borough of Harrow, through its agent Govan Hoff Limited, maintains strict control over visitors and their resulting wear and tear. Current plans include a full and accurate survey of the whole mine and measures to arrest some of the natural decay in the mines. The result is a remarkable historical monument to a local industry which should remain preserved indefinitely.